This I haven't done in a long time, just randomly go live. I really felt called to. Honestly, I was going to do a video, do a reading. I felt called to doing a collective reading. And then as soon as I got it all set up, I just heard and felt, no, go live. So I'm not really sure what's coming up. I can kind of explain what I've been experiencing, starting with the fact that starting with the fact that it's extremely cold here where I live. Not in my house. I have heat. My house is warm, but it was 3 degrees when I woke up this morning outside, and it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just came back from trying to go for a walk because I was getting cabin fever, and I bundled up in all of my snow stuff because it snowed. We have snow here too. All of my snow stuff, and went out to the lake, and I made it like halfway to the lake, and the cold, and I guess the lake air was even colder, and it was windy. The wind was blowing on my face. My face was burning to the point where I was feeling like I was going to get frostbite. And as soon as my feet got numb, I just turned around and came back. So here I am. My schedule is off, and I'm not complaining about it. And I saw it coming. For a while, and the more I really relaxed into the flow, I mean, in all forms of the flow, the more life really dances with me and brings me exactly the experiences and opportunities I need to have at that time. And it's been a bumpy road with those experiences. Hi, Amy. It's been a bumpy road since Monday with those experiences. Yet I find myself again propelled back out into my own energy again. Hi, Dustin. And kind of like shaking off the energies that I had experienced, which were dark, and I knew that they were meant to really hit very deeply embedded stuff in me. A lot of it to do with my father. Hi, Jess. Hi, everybody. So I'm just rambling on about my last 2 days, and just in and out of various energies, having many different people and characters come into my energy field. And it's been kind of a circus shit show, if I'm honest. But I'm very consciously, and I'm riding it, very witnessing it all. And even the triggers aren't really that triggering. It's not that that's taking me down anywhere. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everybody. So there is also death that I'm experiencing in the family. Not yet. There's a transition, so I'm holding space for my loved ones. And there was also a shooting to one of my circle of support members, a healer whose son was shot, but I just found out today he's going to be okay. Just a lot of things like that. And I don't want to bring this energy up and give it my energy, but I'm just kind of spelling out this Pluto, Sun conjunct Pluto, and then we were in this quarter square with the moon. Everybody's okay though. This was yesterday, was like heightened, like, oh my God, is it ever going to end? But today the energy's settled down now, for me and the people that are experiencing this wave with me. So I don't ever like to use the astrology or the energy I'm experiencing to invoke any fear, but I do want to just let people know, if you're going, or if you, not even yourself, but you're seeing other people in your life experience, or even just in general public, having complete psychotic breaks, complete manic episodes. If anybody struggles with alcohol or drugs, that is exasperated as well. And these are things that really used to kind of like freak me out or scare me or trigger anger in me. And now I find I'm at a place to hold space and compassion in my heart. Hi, Rakesh. It has been a while. And of course, right when the emotions hit me, because it was like wave after wave, it was like thing after thing after thing, and I knew, like, it was like, all right, this is time for me to go back home and kind of just chill. And as soon as I did that, I started to feel all the emotions that were kind of on the outskirts of these shocking experiences, one after the other after the other. And as soon as I felt that, I knew, I was like, I need to cry. And I don't even exactly, like, I kind of know, but I'm not feeling that. It's just the wave of it's how the body releases the emotion, the stored emotions from a long time ago. So I gave myself that time and space to do that. And I recognized afterwards, because it really wasn't that much, but it was like enough for me to kind of clear space and have my energy back again. I saw that the moon had moved into Scorpio. And so that's where it was telling me we are going deep into some hidden spaces, everybody. And this light energy, and I feel like Pluto's and the sun are really hitting unexposed or areas that need to be re-exposed to us, more healing, more purging, more releasing. And then I see that that happening to you as well, Lisa. Yeah, it's been happening to it's been everybody that I have been like talking to, conversing, and that are on this ride with me, even though we may have similar experiences, and some of us have the same experience with same people. We're all kind of like being a source of support for each other right now, which is beautiful. It really is. Where in the past I used to feel like, God, you feel so like lonely when you're in this weird polarized spiritual, like, I don't want to call it a spiritual battle, but it is very Pisces. It's very like we're dissolving this old stuff. I cut 3 inches of hair off this morning. Our hair stores memory. And I was like, I gotta cut some of this stuff out, everybody's pain body's being triggered. Yeah, for sure. For me, no, I'll admit to that, because there was some anger that came up that had to kind of be fizzled out, and then the sadness, which really, it's hard because I'm also very connected and tied to people who are going through a deep grief process because loved ones are in the midst of transitioning to the other side, not quite there yet, and also are coming out of traumatic surgeries and things like that. So it's been a lot of energy that flew through this wave over the last couple of days, and I don't think we're out of the woods, like, for as far as what this energy's purpose is. It is to purify, but there's been so much hidden. There's been so much that some people think that they're keeping secret from others seeing it. It's like, no, you can see it all. Oh, thank you, Amy. Jess, I'm growing mine out. My silver highlights are showing. Yeah, isn't it nice, the silver highlights? I just like, I don't have to do anything. They're just there. It's great. A good cup of tea can help during rough times. Well, I feel like I'm on the other side of like the really rough stuff that I was experiencing. And it was all, you know, linked to father wounds, and also like even just old relationships I've had with men in the past. And I got to see both sides of the coin also. It's just been like, for me anyway, it felt like this weird Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole, trippy, like, but intense, crazy experience. It's part of the roller coaster ride. So coming out of it today, I tried to go for a walk just to kind of clear more energy, and it's just so cold. I got halfway to the lake and I had to turn around because my face felt like it was getting frostbit, and my feet were numb, and I was bundled up really good. Yes, I am in my 50s, Rakesh. So as I came home, and like I said, my schedule is just like, yeah, I don't have a schedule right now. I'm actually on standby, so I can't really even follow the regimented schedule that I made up in my head to begin with, which is good. I'm being unprogrammed from my own Capricornian robotic program. Oh, you're in your car by the water. Yeah, I tried to get to the water, which is just ice. Everything is frozen over here. It's been so cold. I have not seen the lake by me is gigantic. It's huge. And in the winter, it'll freeze around the edges, but it is frozen solid, the entire lake. There are ice fishermen out there now. And that's not what we usually see around here. So things are changing, you know? Jess, you officially you got snow yesterday in Florida. 6 inches. Wow. See, I kind of took myself offline yesterday. I needed to process a lot of stuff. It does feel good to go out and get the fresh air. It's just the wind chill, especially by the lake, is in the negatives here. And it's just, I had my face, I was bundled with all of my ski stuff from when I used to play in the snow all the time. I've got the equipment and I had it on, but I forgot to cover my face, and I didn't realize how cold the air was. It was, whew. It did wake me up though. Snow on the beach, that's wild. So wild. When I was a kid, now this is up north, I used to live at the beach, Ocean City, New Jersey, and we would get snow on the beach then. But this, again, that's New Jersey, not Florida. So I was called to do some messages, and I feel these waves of energy right now. Okay, so tomorrow, and I mentioned this to a couple friends, tomorrow is January 23rd. And I know that there's this big, everybody's talking about this planetary lineup in the sky that we'll be able to see all the visible planets for the most part. And for the life of me, with so much other energy going on, I couldn't get to the significance of that until this morning. There was some doors that opened for me. And there are 4 key points at 23 degrees tomorrow on the 23rd. We have the moon in Scorpio will be at 23 degrees of Scorpio. We have Mercury in Capricorn will be at 23 degrees Capricorn. We have Uranus in Taurus will be 23 degrees of Taurus. And we have Mars in Cancer, which will be 23 degrees of Cancer on the 23rd. Break that down to a 5. That's big change. That's big change. So the only interesting thing that I've been feeling very, very strongly, feeling coming from other people, and it did kind of come up in me a little bit this morning as I was venting with another who is going through the exact same experience. We're both realizing some big things here together, which is wild. We both are also getting the burning, churning of energy that is anger that we don't like to actually express or expose because it's been projected onto us in a very intense way. Yeah, we've got to honor the anger too. So Mars working with Uranus in that conglomeration of the 23s I'm talking about. Couple of minutes before 23 here in India. Interesting. There's a lot of synchronicities happening, that's for sure. Mars and Uranus working together in this 23 mixture is that's a lot of intensity that can be doesn't mean it has to be, but it can be combative. It can be overly impulsive. It can be volatile, depending on the situation, the experience, and what needs to be exposed so that it can be stripped away. Whether this is an aspect that we see in ourselves, or it is something that we are experiencing in the physical, meaning certain relationships. It's time to pull myself away from this. I'm talking abusive relationships, relationships that have served their time. It can be people's addictions and them hiding or thinking that their addictions are under control and they're hiding the fact that it actually has gotten out of control. This is something also that I'm witnessing in others, and it's been part of something I've witnessed my whole life. So I guess that's just part of the Scorpio Pluto mixture that I get when these energies mix up together. Amy says Neptune will blur the lines between reality and illusion. Yeah. What we want to believe is true and what is actually real. Yeah. As well as Neptune is also really enticing, luring in those temptations to overdo it, like with the escapism. And I'm definitely seeing that for sure. Let's see, there's more. There's so much more. Oh, and I do want to start off with, I don't see him on here, but Martin. Martin, when we did the live, he was asking if I had gotten something in the mail. I was kind of in another space, but I did go out to my mail then. And Martin was so kind to have gifted me a new deck. And it is called Soul on Fire Tarot. So sweet. So I want to start the reading off with these cards, which are very playful. I love the energy, the childlike, playful energy of these cards. And it does kind of help when there's messages that are deep, when there are messages that are intense. Sometimes I can really get pulled into certain energies in cards. But sometimes that's necessary. So this is why I have such a variety of cards that I'm called to when I'm doing a reading. Because when I let go and spirit flows, I don't know what's going to come out or how it's going to come out. So we're going to start with this lighter-hearted, this sweet deck from Martin. Yes, new cards. The first card I pulled for myself was the Sun. I just love that. I love that. Okay. Oh, let me just, I do feel like I really got cleansed and purified out in the wind and sub-zero degree temperatures today, though. I needed to at least do that, try to get myself out there. But I am not a cold weather girl at all. I can do it, but if it's like, if I feel like my face is being frostbitten, I'm going to turn around. I love this energy. I feel good in this energy. A lot of safety came up for me through some of these waves of energy. Physical safety. And I had a nightmare. I haven't not had a nightmare. I don't remember the last time I had a nightmare. But the nightmare was telling me that there's something stored inside a part of me that I've really hidden off, that is afraid for my physical safety, which is interesting because I have had moments in my childhood where my physical safety was in jeopardy. And I also had a very stronger energy within me that always kept me protected. I've always had the guides, this protection. I've always tapped into that aspect. And one guide in particular, who's always to the right of me, wherever I read and I'm getting information, I notice I look to this in this direction. And this guide, this energy stepped back yesterday so that I could actually process that dream and feel from that inner child part that I had to surrender and allow that part of me to actually feel that and it was only like literally 30 seconds and it was like gone. Because I truly don't have fear for my physical safety at all. But there were all these indicators that there was a part in me that did. It was for me to chisel into those parts, it's like, you gotta really chisel away. Hi, Martin. I didn't start the reading yet, and I'm going to start with the deck that you got me. Thank you so much. We were already talking about you and this deck. Okay, nightmares, psychic attacks. Well, yes and no. And even these psychic attacks that I was definitely receiving, because somebody's energy kind of really did get there. And because there's empathy, because I also feel sorry for this energy that comes through a person when they're intoxicated. And it is a very reptilian, it is an energy I'm familiar with from even childhood. And I do not like this energy, and I always stand up for myself. I don't let this energy in, but sometimes it kind of can get in there a little bit. So yeah, in the dream, I was being attacked, physically attacked. Interestingly enough, no matter how much I fought back, I was putting my fingers in the person's eyes, and their face was distorted. Like there were things that were coming out of this part of their face. And I was yelling for my ex-husband was in the dream, and I was yelling for him to help and to get a gun. And then I woke up. I was like, whoa, that was big. You had a deep nightmare too, Jess. I know. What am I living in PA for? I know. Family. That's really the only reason why. Oh, swear those whispers drifted across the Gulf Stream. Let's see. I'm suddenly getting really, really thirsty. When I woke up though, and I got to sit with that nightmare, it made more sense. It's symbolic, extremely symbolic. And so I read into each of the symbols that it stood for me. And there was the aspect of crying for help, and the person is in freeze. So feeling like I don't have a rescuer or savior. That goes back to childhood wounds. It was very easy to check them off and be like, okay, yep, check. Oh, yep, check. Yep, check. The eyes, though, the reason why I couldn't like my fingers went into the person's eyes. It was like they were gone. It was really creepy. I don't like talking about it, but I already did, so I guess sorry about that. I had to stop sleeping with spirit quartz under my pillow, open my crown chakra up too much. Yeah, it's like, whoa, a little too much. Yeah. I guess I stopped sleeping with this ring on. Oh my gosh, the stone just totally escaped me. I forget now. Moldavite. This Moldavite ring will bring a lot of things. And sometimes, yeah, in my sleep, I will go into other planetary realms for sure. Martin says, last night was very restless. I probably got about 3 hours worth of shut-eye. There's a lot going on in the energy waves. You missed what I was talking about with the 23s. There's something significant, and maybe we'll get more into that. What is the significance of this 23? Tomorrow's the 23rd. We've got the moon will be at 23 degrees of Scorpio. Mercury will be at 23 degrees Capricorn. Mars will be at 23 degrees Cancer. And Uranus will be at 23 degrees Taurus. And the moon in Scorpio is activating all of these conversations and experiences. Mars and Uranus specifically is the volatility I'm experiencing. But there's a lot more going on, and I just couldn't decode it all because I was in my own stuff, like seriously in some deep, deep personal stuff. So... but I did come up out of it enough to recognize the moon moved into Scorpio right around 2:22 in the afternoon, which is when I felt this like, whoa, this big, deep need to go home and feel some emotions. Yes, Aubrey was talking. That's exactly who woke it up in me. I was like, whoa, that's I couldn't get past it. Yep. You heard people sleeping with Moldavite stones, some really creepy stories. Well, I just unconsciously have been taking it off for like the last couple of weeks. So that must be, my own unconscious way of giving myself a little bit of a break. Because usually my sleep and my dreams are fine and peaceful and informative. But, and this wasn't last night's dream. This was the night before, after I had multiple physical experiences with other people that were definitely, they were not only psychic attacks, but they were mirrors to more deeper stuff that I had a chance to see. I didn't have to, but I chose to. So let's just see what message wants to come through. I don't even know. We're going to just wing it here. We're going to start with this very light-hearted, beautiful new energy, this new deck. Let's see what wants to come through. The World in reverse. Ace of Swords. Queen of Cups. It does feel like the world's in reverse right now. The Chariot. Okay. Well, let me just look at the world in general. I haven't really played with these cards a whole lot. Even though things may feel upside down and all around right now, because things really are getting turned upside down and inside out. Not to have fear. There's nothing to fear. It actually is a good sign. It's a good sign overall, Chariot, that we are getting a large, giant leap forward into greater clarity, greater self-actualization, self-realization, and the clarity to see situations and people for everything that we needed to see. Not just what we wanted to see, but what we are meant to see at this point in time. That gives us a chance to choose how we feel about everything that we're interacting with and engaging with. Queen of Cups also feels very beachy. She's at the ocean with her cup, looking up. Knowing that she can always connect to the spirit realms, connect to higher self for emotional support and emotional regulation, and also for guidance onto how to handle certain people that are overly emotional, or even, like I said, manic at times, or just, you know, really not able to sit in their own shadow and accept their own shadow. So this energy is really like the Earth School, and the whole fun house of mirrors has just been placed up. And some of the characters are like really distorted. Just seeing it like distortion. But we can also use that emotional intelligence for discernment. So we don't get sucked into it, into whatever energies are going on right now through other people's projections of their shadow. That's what we do as humans when we don't realize that this is actually a gift for shedding old skin. We are in the year of the snake. Well, Chinese New Year is coming up, I think next week. Oh no, I don't even know what day it is anymore. But it is the snake, and the snake's shedding its skin. And to allow that shedding, to the stars below the Chariot, to heal. To connect to the stars. I'm really seeing the more we connect to the stars and truly recognizing we've got two different energies, one that we really want to put more focus on than the Aquarian energy, possibly for the learning, for the understanding, is the Pisces energy. Although, you know, right now with the sun in Aquarius, that is where the energy, the stars, the constellation of Aquarius, that's the energy that is really the focal point of what we're operating under. But then we've got the nodes, the North Node, this Pisces energy, Neptune in Pisces also, that amplifies the shedding of, or the dissolving of, the old, everything. And so that we have that opportunity for renewal. Boy, I just got taken somewhere. Oh. I do know that I can clearly see, and there are definitely cycles in life where things slow down and I'm asked to put more focus in an area. And right now it is home and family. It's very fourth house for me right now. And I recognize it that the more I do that, the more I get these other opportunities to further my career and the people that I'm meant to really meet and co-create with and collaborate with. But also right now at this stage, it's interesting because I'm given these opportunities to make a greater amount of money in very small, like in 2 days, my whole month's worth of bills are paid, and that's not normal. But I don't expect that to be every month. But I take it as a sign of, well, I don't have to worry about that. What am I supposed to focus on right here, right now? It's all being shown to me in multiple ways because of a soon death, literal death, and birth. I can't go into the details, but these are literal for me right now. It's deep, it's intense, it's a lot, but death and birth experience right now. And I feel that there are many others that are having this experience as well. Someday I'll be able to give you more detail, but it is literal for me. Like seaweed moving in the depths. It's beautiful though, because I'm not fighting myself. I'm not fighting myself. I'm not fighting the universe to like try to keep a rigid mindset and a rigid schedule and being so uptight about everything. I'm like, okay, I can actually now direct this. That's how I got directed here. It's like, well, now what can I put my energy into? And they're like, go live. I'm like, okay. So I'm glad to see you guys all here. There's messages. There's definitely messages. All right. So tell us more about the world in reverse. Death in reverse. Oh, it's just this squeeze. It's like the analogy of being in the birth canal, but kind of like stuck in that birth canal right now. Metaphorically. Maybe some literally. That's interesting. That's how I ended up having my son by C-section, because he got stuck in the birth canal so bad that alarms went off and they're like, oh, we got to take her off to surgery right now. Pluto, yes. That they're just bringing me right back to that experience. And it was scary. I didn't know if either one of us were going to make it. I lost a lot of blood, but we both did. And everybody's fine and healthy. And I actually didn't ever attach to that fear. It never even became a story of his birth. It was something that just was easily, that did not happen. And this was my experience yesterday, you know, with having so many different shocking events and news, and a giant tractor and trailer overturned right down my road, and it looked like people died. There was a car that was demolished, and I was like, that person could not have survived. Well, lo and behold, nobody got hurt. That car that got demolished was an abandoned car that the tractor trailer swerved to get around, and it's icy and snowy here, and it just toppled over and went down an embankment. That was like the icing on the cake yesterday for me, with like one thing after the other after the other. When I saw that, I was like, I'm going home. I'm going home now. Boy, we went off somewhere. Where? Oh, my experience yesterday after having so many different many variety of shocking experiences and shocking news, other things were popping up like they could be something bad, but it turned out by today everything is okay. So there's that wave of like, oh my God, you just don't know what you're gonna get. So I think what this is trying to say is to don't ride this wave so rigid and tight. There is a shedding of the skin, and it is a squeeze. Maybe some people don't want to shed their skin. Maybe they like that old flaky skin. But it's got to go so we can maneuver around better. Interestingly enough, Ace of Swords, we have the Six of Swords below. Don't fight the squeeze. Nope, get it off. That's right. Don't fight the squeeze. Yes, everything is like not in order and turned upside down right now. And that's actually a good sign that we're in the process of death and rebirth. It's not a quick peeling, but we're in the very beginning stages of that, which when we are doing this journey very mindful and present, and we're not getting pulled in, we are receiving more insight, new insight, clarity for ourselves that we need on the journey ahead. And that's really bringing more balance and peace in the mind. And I resonate with that for sure. Martin, we have a red warning here for Friday. I think that weather of yours is heading over here. Oh boy, just in time for Aquarius moon. It's frigid. It is so cold. It is not enjoyable. And it's so beautiful outside, all the snow. I tried. I got out the other day, and maybe I will just stay in my backyard and do little bouts outside instead of trying to walk all the way to the lake. That was crazy of me. I was thinking big, and my body's like, no, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Yeah. Because actually, nobody's been walking through any of this property, but I see all these different animal prints, and I want to go out and try to identify what animals come out at night. I know we have a cat that visits Luna, and there's deer, but these look like, and there's coyote around here. I have not seen one, but it looks like maybe one was walking through my yard. There's a reason why Luna doesn't like the cold. She'll go out and sit on the deck and watch around, but eventually she's like, let me back in. All right, tell us about the Queen of Cups. Okay. We have the power to slow down this fast-moving energy in our own experience. When we tap into and connect to the emotional body and the intuitive body. This takes practice, but we don't have to get caught up in all this mania. I'm reading this as mania that is swirling around energetically. And also, again, remember that everybody's shadow is getting triggered, the darkness is getting triggered. So not everybody's on this journey of consciously. And so it's kind of, I mean, I can feel it. I've had my own little flashes of experience here to know that, like, it feels really good to be at home. You know what I mean? Overall, we have the Hierophant in reverse. So what we are getting insight and learning of more are things that we don't know, right? Or this is new knowledge, new insight. And I can vouch for that. I've definitely been receiving a lot of new insight for myself, for my journey, like what is being dissolved and what I'm stepping into, like the awareness. Yeah. All right, I say keep going. Are we keep going with the same message? All right, it's all gonna blend. Okay. I think that there might just be either, okay, I'm not gonna think. They told me don't think. Martin says squirrel. You know, I haven't seen any squirrels lately. They're usually at my neighbors because they have a bunch of bird feeders that are down on the ground. Mine are up high. The squirrels try to get to them. Actually, they do in the spring, but they're not going to try to ice skate on my roof to get to it when they can get to it across the street. Integrate to individuate. Oh my. The other really cool thing, this is something that it just lights me up every time, that I'm noticing more and more, is that those who are connected to me are tapping into the same stream of consciousness, right? But we're also like telepathically communicating. And I had just said a couple things to a friend of mine about when I read cards and the sensation. It's almost like, and I'm here in my body right now, but as soon as I like see the cards, there's a switch. It just turns off and there's another energy that comes through. It takes a lot of faith for that. But she started to get that same thing. Like she tapped into it. And I was like, yay, more of us are like able to click in and out of, I don't even know what you would call the ego mind. Yeah, the lower realm. Yeah, I've been riding in different dimensions, I suppose you could say, or realms over the last couple of days too. I mean, we always are, but like intensely, and yeah, channeling for sure. It's been an interesting ride. I'm gonna say that. I'm glad that the yucky tension feeling is gone. I feel like I went through some like really sticky stuff, and it took me, I had to like really cleanse and scrub that stickiness off, and still like not run from it or bypass it, but like not let it stick to me. And once I finally was able to do that, which did require me crying, once I was able to do that, I just felt like myself again. So this is like how intense this energy is, how sticky it is. The state of flow. Super important, because the mind will want to like let's go back to the same old routine. I'll tell you, that's not where the magic is. The same old routine at all. And if anything, our spirit guides, the universe is really trying to help us integrate into the state of flow and out of the man-made time, Gregorian calendar. As like, yes and no. I know for myself, I used to panic about missing a deadline, or because I when you ride dimensions, you lose track of time. And so it used to stress me out. But I had to really trust that, like, wherever I'm taken, I'm dropped back off, and that loss of time clicks right back in. I have to trust that flow. Yes, basically. That it's not going to, like, I'm not going to lose. And that's not what it's designed for. I am definitely meant to be on this planet and operating in this time zone, I'm hearing. Interesting. I think I've been doing a lot of also, remote viewing keeps opening up and closing. And I'm like, no. It's just all the psychic bells and whistles are kind of popping off. Are you guys experiencing that too? Does anybody know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a wild ride. We got the moon. Wow. So everything that just came out of my mouth is pretty much on the cards right here. Subconscious patterns, or what we can't see, or what's been hidden under the spell of the moon. The Scorpio moon is helping us see psychically, again, we have the 5 of materials and the 10 of emotions. I'm hearing right off the bat, what fears or insecurities or whatever blocks are keeping us from being in our 10 of Cups energy, pure joy, our pure true essence, happiness, joy, love, connection, friendship, just like full in flow and in trust of life. That's coming up. And they are unconscious or subconscious or in the shadow, however you want to spell it out. Martin says, or Amy says, we all have energetic signatures. Yeah. Martin, in order to go forward correctly, I think we need to look backwards and not bypass the lessons we're not getting. Yep. Exactly. It's exactly it. And I love that the Empress is out here, because it's with the Queen of Cups and the 8 of Wands, of like slowing down. The more we take time to nurture our journey, ourselves, our energy field, when we tap into the Empress energy of being in flow, of creation, because I have been feeling the creative energies for a while now, and they have been it's been beautiful, and I'm still can get there. It's just that there are certain energies that creep up that we do have to recognize and honor and look at even deeper than we had before. So it's important to hold this vibration of the Empress, of that we have the entire cosmos within us. Tap in, take time to do the rituals, or to do the whatever it is that we all have our own energetic what did you say? Signatures. We all can get clicked in, so to speak, in our own unique way. And we all kind of know that. Sometimes we forget when we're like in the cobwebs, when we're in the energy, we do get disconnected. That was another thing. I got disconnected briefly yesterday when I came home. And that's when my inner child broke. It was like, no, don't leave me. Like the guy, like you can feel when it's turned, it's just, I don't know what you want to say, turned off, tuned out, something like that. That's what helped me cry and get out the energy that I needed to get out and see it see it deeper, see it for what it was really truly meant to be helping me with. Magical rituals increase in power when updated and not repeating old patterns or routines. Even if they've been successful, life evolves and changes, flows with the life stream. It actually feels good to not be in any routine right now. Although I'll be honest with you, a couple weeks ago, because this routine kind of like broke a while ago, probably like the holidays, and then when my grandson comes to stay with me. And I actually love not having a routine. It's just the Capricorn Saturn aspect of my brain that kind of like gets worried, freaks out, is like, oh my God, do you have everything in order and under control? That's what it is for me, breaking out of that. There's other little things. There was things with relationships and how I would let people stay in that were needed to be not in my energy. Knight of Voices, sun below that. With the Chariot. I can't remember, what is Mercury doing? Mercury's doing something also in this mix. And anyway, with these swords energy, the clarity that we're receiving on, again, how we may have been perceiving or wanting to perceive something or someone is showing, is revealing the truth of all that we needed to see in order for us to kind of clear a path for ourselves. Yes, definitely the sun on our side. And I feel that very strongly with this card, this energy, along with the Chariot, moving us forward. Not so fast, I'm hearing. There are things that we are learning that we did not know before that are going to help us, that are helping. Yeah. Yes. I feel like I just got confirmation for myself. Let's do one more. Let's do an oracle. And where are we going with the oracle? Kuan Yin is really calling me. Mercury in Capricorn. Oh, opposing Mars. Yes. So we got, I saw the video of your grandson playing in the snow. Isn't he adorable? Oh my God. He wanted to keep going faster and faster. So then my son put him on his board and they both fell face first. But he came up, popped up laughing. So yeah, those are the joyous things that are, it's complete, like I'm getting the best of the best, but also like the dark of the dark is kind of coming, the underbelly is surfacing again out there. So I mean, I appreciate it all, and I'm not getting sucked into any of it at all. This is a time I really have to hold space for certain family members going through a really, really big thing and a transition of a life, and that's all that I care about. That's all I care about right now. But while I'm in a space of learning my own stuff, meanwhile, remembering a lot of things. All right, Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin has a message for us. Too many. It was interesting though. My fingers, what was that? Bear with me. No? I'm feeling really choked up all of a sudden. That's the energy I felt all day yesterday. I was walking around with like a lump in my throat. And it's coming back. Wants to say a lot, right? Whew, I feel a lot. Sound the fierce flute. Well, let's see what this one has to say. I still have not seen every single card in this deck. But I do like to pull from Kuan Yin at least once or twice a week. Oh. Hi, Alan. Resonate completely. Many tears, anger, loneliness, self to self in general. Yes, that's for sure. All right. Here's our final message from Kuan Yin. Discernment empowers you to make choices that are aligned with your spiritual intentions. Like a fierce sounding flute cutting through all vibrations with purity and intent, your discernment allows you to stay true to your values and spiritual destiny without getting caught up in distraction. If you wish to grow spiritually through love, joy, peace, and abundance, then discerning between higher and lower vibrational choices is helpful. Isn't that what we've been talking about, like, this entire time? For sure. It is wise to be accepting of all life and not to judge people or situations as good or bad. Some are more pleasant than others, and yet sometimes a challenge can turn out to bring us great growth and opportunity, which in turn become a blessing. However, this does not mean that we are wise to abandon the power of choice. We can use our discernment to be guided on our path to the most joyful, uplifting, and helpful experiences for our soul growth. Discernment is not judgment. It does not render some things better or worse than others. It is the power of selection based on desire or intention. If we intend to grow through joy and adventure rather than fear or suffering, then we can use our discernment to make choices that feel expansive and uplifting rather than constrictive and draining. Discernment is necessary in all realms of life, from the physical to the spiritual. From the sort of lifestyle we choose to lead, to the people we choose to spend time with, or the ways that we spend most of our time, even the kinds of spiritual energies that we invoke, discerning choices help us craft our reality. A wise use of discernment helps us be truthful, clear, and accurate in our perception. Like the fierce flute cutting through all vibrations, discernment shatters illusions and gets to the truth of a matter, right to the essence. With truth, there are no nasty surprises later on, or if there are, we can deal with them swiftly and use them for growth with minimal suffering. We can ascertain what is real and what is false. This inner knowing informs our choices so that we seek out those people, places, opportunities, and experiences that feel aligned with love. Then our life path becomes one of greater joy and well-being. Your discerning powers are growing, and you are capable of the greatest discernment when you listen to your heart and are able to let go of fear and shame, which can cloud your perception. This oracle has come to you because you are in need of seeing a situation in your life from your heart rather than from appearances. Don't be afraid to trust your own vision, beloved. It will help you live your truth and take good care of your own soul. Wow. That was, thank you. That was the perfect message to end this with, because it is important that we use discernment to make all of our choices, including that we can choose to see something one way or the other. What way do you want to perceive that brings your mind and your communication style in balance? Or truths rather than presumptions. Yes. Oh yeah. Because there's definitely been assumptions and presumptions for all of us, let's just say. It's interesting. I have a mini split. It's my heat and air conditioning, and the sun's coming in. And it every now and then has to do this cycle where it needs to thaw itself out. And it gives this code on it, and it's DF. And I heard divine feminine while it's defrosting. DF. Let's tap into this divine feminine energy within us all, which includes our discernment, includes our being open to receiving, staying in our heart, not judging things as good or bad or right or wrong or better or worse, but to see everything as an opportunity to ascend, to master ourselves. My goodness, the sun's really coming in here. Yeah, because all of us, there's something that we didn't know that we are learning now. Boy, we're getting a lot of light in, aren't we? Isn't that beautiful, though? It's a beautiful energy I'm feeling coming off the sun as well. But that is definitely the message here. Is let's hold this divine feminine energy within us all. As soon as the tears come, the pressure releases. Then suddenly you can function again. Exactly. And you feel lighter. You feel much better. Honestly, I don't know why. Well, I know why, because we were trained, many of us, programmed, trained, taught, or even punished to not cry or for crying. One way or the other, we all kind of were suppressing things, and it's all coming out. And it's beautiful because it is a purification. It is the body's natural way of purifying. Yes, defrost. I know, isn't it a beautiful symbology? Thank you, Dustin. Hello from Australia. Oh, I know. And I can feel this beautiful sunlight coming down, and it's hitting the snow, so it's extra bright right now, which makes me want to go out and play in it. The last time I did that, I got really cold. Thank you all. I'm sorry, Anne, we are getting ready to close out, but I will be uploading this if you want to go back and watch what the message was or the reading was for us all. But thank you for joining us. And crying is the superpower. Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm so glad that all of you were able to jump in and join in. This was great time. It was divine timing, because I just kind of surrendered and said, well, now what should I do? And here we are. Oh, Jess cries once a week in her truck. Good, good. Sending you all love. And let's also just take a moment here to also, if we have the ability, if we have the extra, if we have it in our hearts, to just send that radiating love, heart energy out to all who are struggling, who are suffering, and who are going through a really difficult transformational time, because we all know how hard that is on the body and the mind, and even sometimes the spirit. So let's just do that together. Well, the more people that are rippling out that energy to all who need, all beings, animals and humans alike, and the planet, the better. So we are all earth angels for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got home just in time. Yes, big warm grounding hugs to all. Thank you, Alan. I'm sending that all out to you as well, and I feel it, receiving it. So until next time, you never know when that is going to be. I'm sure we'll all be back together again. Take good care. Sending so much love out to all of you. Bye.